just like this. I was in freak-off parties were just like this. I was invited to an R. Kelly freak-off years ago, of course. At least, well, let's see, 25 years ago. And this was just before Cassie and J-Lo and all that appeared on the scene. Same game that's happening now is the same game that was happening then.
So you got invited to an R. Kelly freak off and you went. You went to it. Man, guys, we had another Dusty story time. I ain't even listened to this one. So we're going to see what she's talking about.
But this is how a lot of young women get caught up in freak-offs, because this is how I almost got caught up in a freak-off. So I'm at a club like anybody else on a Friday night. The club shut down at 2 a.m. so it wasn't like really that late. It's probably like 1:30 or 1:45. I got approached by someone who identified himself as one of R. Kelly's entourage. And the person approached me and he was like, yeah, you know, you and your friends can come with us. We're about to have a pool party. Now, again, it's almost 2 a.m. and they're talking about having a pool party that night. So that was suspect. But you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really far-fetched for the nightlife. You know, I was a part of the nightlife. I was known as a model. Music videos, movies, everything that had to do with entertainment in the Chicago area. I knew about it, was a part of it, or had friends that were a part of it. So we were those girls at that time. That doesn't mean that we were giving it up to everyone and that we were doing all kind of crazy stuff, but this is how the life. So the guy approaches me and he asked me about attending this pool party. So we were downtown Chicago and he said the pool party was going to be at R. Kelly's home, which everyone knew was in the far south suburbs of Chicago. It was literally maybe a 40-minute drive from. I had to step out, guys. So the reason why I mentioned the 35 to 40-minute drive from Chicago is because the guys who approached us said that we were going to have to get into a shuttle bus and we were going to be shuttled from the city all the way to the far south suburbs of Chicago where R. Kelly's mansion is, and that's where the pool party was going to go. So if I was with a group of girls, I really wasn't concerned for my safety. Like I said, I was amongst friends. I didn't know these guys.
I just want to know, what do you expect to go on at an R. Kelly pool party? Like, what do you expect? For real, like R. Kelly and pool party, that screams freak off. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
But you know what I'm saying? What could really go wrong? So my homegirls were like, yeah, we going. For sure, we're going. And I was going to go because I just wanted to know what really happens there. I had heard everything. I knew a lot of people that knew Kels, you know what I'm saying? Like, I even went on a music video audition for the I Wish song. He wound up not using any girls. But at first he was auditioning for girls to be in the video. And at the last minute, they decided to switch and just use male models. But anyway, so like I said, I was in the mix and I had heard some stories, you know, but didn't, of course, most people don't believe that this stuff really happens. And even myself, I didn't really believe things was as wild as they really are. So anyway, allegedly, we were told to get into the shuttle bus. All of my homegirls prepared to get on the shuttle bus, and because I drove everybody to the club, I was like, well, can I just follow the bus, because I know where the house is, and I'll just, you know what I'm saying, I'll come there and I'll kick it or whatever. And they were like, nah, that's not an option. We will bring you back first thing in the morning. And that was my clue to leave it the fuck alone, because even though everything was being presented very professionally, there was a bus, there were security, R. Kelly was in the house at the club. So we were literally going to be riding with a celebrity, a huge celebrity at the time, all the way to his house and enjoying time with him at his pool. So this was a great opportunity, especially at that time, because we didn't have social media. So nobody really knew what was it really like inside of R. Kelly's house. You know what I'm saying? I had been to auditions for R. Kelly. I was even asked to model a dress from a designer at the time who wanted to work with R. Kelly. And she sent me to an event to present the dress to him and, you know, give her contact information. So I had multiple contacts with R. Kelly, but I, you know, didn't get to kick it with him. And I'm giving you all of this game because this is what goes in the mind of a woman who honestly wants a career, has been working hard for a career, is attractive, is used to being hit on by celebrities, but this situation could have turned my life all the way around, and this is how things go left, and this is how freak offs happen. So fast forward to my girls leave me. I go home in my car, do me, but of course they call me the next day, and this was the report. Now, all of this is alleged, but these were my homegirls, and this is what they said at. They said when they got to the house, they were told that they had to put on swimsuits. The girl said, well, we don't have swimsuits, of course. And they said, we have swimsuits for everybody. And if you don't put these swimsuits on, then we're going to lock the doors and you're not going to be able to get out. Number two, you have to perform, meaning you have to turn up. So not only do you have to put on a swimsuit, you can't just do that and sit on the side. You have to actually engage. Now, my friends were telling me nobody was really able to get to R. Kelly. He was somewhere else in the house, which is why I can tell this story, because I'm not talking about him. I'm not trying to impact anybody's legal situation. I'm just telling my story and what I know. And the girls that I was cool with, I'm talking about all of these are bombshell chicks. They can get any dude. But they said if you did not perform, you were not getting out of there. And all the girls were held until, late in the morning. And that is when they were all loaded on the bus and brought back to the city. The thing is the key is before they left, the guy told me that you cannot drive your car. You have to come back on the shuttle. And he had also mentioned the swimsuit thing to me, but they confirmed it when they got there that you had to put the swimsuits on and you had to perform. My question to them was, if you didn't see R. Kelly, you weren't able to interact with R. Kelly, but you were told you had to, quote unquote, perform in order to be sent back to the city to get home, then what did you do to get out of those doors? Anyway, that's how freak offs happen. And these were my homegirls. We never spoke about it afterwards. They never brought it up to me. That's why things go on for so long. Now, do I know quite a bit more from other experiences? Heck yes. And the only reason I'm sharing this information is because it's a topic right now. But anyway, like, share, subscribe. It's your girl, Dream Car Queen. I was an it girl before it was a term, it girl, in the city of Chicago. And yes, Chicago does have a nightlife scene. So welcome to my channel. I drop game daily. Blessings. Kickoff parties.
What is a it girl? What is that? You know what I'm saying? But I guess that's how freak offs happen. You know what I'm saying? That's how they happen. So if you get invited to go on a bus, you know what I'm saying? This how they happen. But I was looking to see if she had a part 2 to this. I guess not. But I don't know. This chick seemed kind of weird. She probably went to the freak off. How to get a woman to pay you money? What's she on? How to get a woman to pay you money? She set me up for a payday. Wait, look. She set me up for a payday. Why I never floss on the internet again? All right, yeah. Hustle talk. Never do this when you. All right, she probably went to that thing. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, y'all tell me what y'all think about her story in the comments, man. See you guys next video. Always remember, be safe out here, kings and queens. Let's get it.